Welcome. We're right outside the ExCeL Exhibition Centre over in East London by the rejuvenated docks, and we're here today for an exhibition that's on until at least January 2024. Yes, we're going to Disney 100, the exhibition, which is a touring exhibition around North America, having one set of exhibition go round there, and the rest of the world. But they decided to start it here in London, so we went along and had a look to see what it had to offer. Join us as we take a look at some exclusive things from the Disney studios. So here at the exhibition, not only do they bring you up to date with Disney, and we'll see that a little bit later, but they start from the very, very beginning. And you've got all sorts of things from the Disney archives. So you've got some great film stuff. Here we go. You've got some of the original films which were done. And I must admit, there was a lot I learnt. I thought Mickey Mouse was definitely the first of the Disney creations, but it wasn't. But also you've got lots of story sketches from everyday movies. There you go, from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This dating back to 1937. Now, the great thing about this exhibition is not only can you get up close and personal, but it is a real revelation of how Disney has developed over the years. So it's probably well worth coming down for that. Now, if you're a Disney fan, this is going to be a must. There's no doubt about it. So keep an eye when Disney 100 is coming to your country, because it is touring the world, because we saw the story beforehand where one of the Disney chief executives is telling us that actually London is just the first stop. But you get all sorts of props from different films, even films where they were actually cartoon and animated, where they had, like this one here, for the live action, so they could actually use the live action and then animate on the back of that. Now, one of the things you do need to do is make sure you book in advance if you're coming down. It's not one of these things that you could just turn up and come to. Now, one of the other things I'm going to address right near the beginning is lots and lots of children were being brought along, which was fantastic because they get a chance to learn all about Disney. But there was a lot of disappointment in their voices because, of course, Disney is not just the most recent things, your Marvel, your Star Wars, and other more recent things, including Frozen. It's also a lot older stuff as well. So, of course, they were bursting to get to those particular areas. And, of course, they had to come through lots and lots of other things beforehand. So I would suggest for a Disney aficionado, this is going to be an absolute must of an exhibition. If you bring in the children, and thinking of bringing the children to come and see Disney and to come and see the more recent stuff, I think they're going to be very, very disappointed. So you need to get that balance right if you're coming down here. The great thing is most of these films are in chronological order from the start, so as you go through you get more and more up to date. But if you remember some of these film classics, some of these pictures are absolutely incredible and well worth pondering on. And what's really interesting is by the time you get to this sort of section with your Mary Poppins and your Alice in Wonderland, etc., actually the crowd really does thin out, so you've got plenty of time to have a really good look. And how about that London scene from Mary Poppins? So we've shown you some interesting things so far. How about this? This is the actual script based on the stories by P.L. Travers, who's that lady pictured there in the bottom left for Mary Poppins. There's the album, and you've also got a ticket as well to the premiere, which is absolutely incredible. And talking of props used, here's the carousel horse. Now the busiest area is definitely this first area, the original Walt Disney creations, as you might want to call it. So I wanted to come back here to some of the original drawings of Mickey Mouse. How about these? Amazing to think that these have survived in the archives for nearly 100 years. And then we go from something old to something a bit newer, Winnie the Pooh. Really hope you're enjoying our video from the Disney 100 exhibition here at the ExCeL Centre. If so, give it a thumbs up, will you? Because we can get this video spread more on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you need to, because we're about to bring you London for Christmas 2023, and you certainly wouldn't want to miss any of that. Okay, what we're looking at here are clay models that they used in developing different characters. And how about this from Cruella, which actually was not that long ago, and this is the actual dress worn in the film. the film from 2001 and being worn by Emma Stone. Right, I mentioned Frozen earlier. There you go. You've got Olaf there looking very, very good. And of course, keeping it real where, of course, Disney bought the Star Wars franchise. Here is a small section of Star Wars memorabilia. These are the dice that were used by Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and then used in a later scene with Mark Hamill and of course Carrie Fisher. And do you remember these porgs? Yeah, from episode 7 and I think 8 as well of the Star Wars franchise. Very, very cute animals. And of course BB-8. And then, continuing the Star Wars theme, we come to the Ancient Jedi Texts, which was a book that was used in the last couple of Star Wars films. And the interesting thing will be, will they use it in the new ones that they've already announced, which they're going to go into production, well, in a few years' time. Anyway, there you go, Star Wars. And of course, what Star Wars collection would be complete without a lightsaber? And this is the one used by Mark Hamill. Okay, we've got a full-length Stormtrooper outfit, which you probably saw in the reflection, and then we move from Star Wars into the world of Marvel, and you've got different Marvel headgear here. And what I was quite surprised was the limited amount of Marvel things that they had. So yeah, not only did they have all of these different head costumes here on display, they've also got the costume from Black Widow, which was a Marvel film, I think from about 2021, which was worn. And they've also got a shield, which we're going to show you in a second, as used by Captain America. And this is from the 2019 film Avengers Endgame. So I was quite surprised with the limited amount that they had here of the more up-to-date stuff. But anyway, then you go into another section and you've got all about the music that was used in Disney. And here we go, this is one of the original whistles used in Steamboat Willie from 1928. So once again, they really got it. And then they look at some of the more up-to-date things that they're doing away from the normal Disney stuff. So here we're looking more at the conservation things that they're doing, some of the conservation films. And then as you leave, you have this, which is sort of an overview of some of the stuff from Disney from years gone by, right up to date. And there you go. Who could forget Toy Story? So, what was your favourite bit? Let us know in the comments down below. And once again, I think it's a great thing for the Disney aficionados, but if you're bringing young children who are looking to see up-to-date stuff, it's very, very limited. So think about your audience if you're coming along. But anyway, it's a great time out to come and see some Disney stuff.